So Swag put out his Call of Duty tier list. We're gonna kind of look through it and kind of react to his takes, because I think he started back in Modern Warfare 3, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure he's gonna cover that in the video, but we'll see how he rates some of the older CODs like World at War or even COD 4. I know I've seen some trash talk from him on there before, and we'll kind of see how that goes. So
yesterday I made a tweet and it stirred up a lot of controversy. I had tweeted Black Ops 2 is mid.
And that is a hot, wild take. Black Ops 2 is the best COD. The only thing it's missing is a callable nuke. That's the only thing I'll say that it doesn't have. Pick 10, good maps, spawns work, made by Treyarch, has zombies. It is not mid.
When I tell you everyone came at me, everybody was so mad.
BO2 was great. I don't know what he's on about. Dude is mid, so makes sense. He's not wrong. Oh, this guy, bad take. And this is why he's a Warzone player.
And everyone kept saying, please make a tier list. We got to see how awful your Call of Duty tier list is going to be. So I say, you know what? I got you. I'm going to make a Call of Duty tier list. And some of you guys at the end of this video may hate. You guys may actually love me for how I rank your Call of Duties. Up until this point, I've played all the Call of Duties, but I didn't play all of them in their prime. I want you guys to leave your opinions in the comment section below. I know a lot of you guys are going to blow up and just... And today, guys, we're going to be doing this ranking the Call of Duties from S tier being the best, absolute godlike can play over and over again, to no. Just genuinely just a no bad Call of Duty.
Now,
this
too
is
loud?
obviously the first Call of Duty. As you guys see, gameplay of this was way back in the day. This is what kind of got it all started. So you can't really throw the original Call of Duty into no or never played.
Yeah, these are the original though. I never played these in their originality.
Started and everything, and it jump started everything. I think you can put this in. I'm gonna put COD 1, called the original Call of Duty, in C tier, right? It's what it got started.
I'll say I agree. I don't think COD popped off.
Is it really that good in general?
I don't think COD popped off until COD 4, right? That's when they added perks and attachments and all the progression systems that we have essentially today, even though some have been removed, like prestiges.
But like I said, it's the first one, so I'm not putting it in no as like very bad. I'm putting it in C tier. I actually just played it for one of our new squad videos, and it was actually, you know, pretty fun. Like, it wasn't bad at all or anything like that. So you just gotta
You just gotta adjust it and know that the graphics are the problem. But back then the graphics were always bad, just because Call of Duty was, we have to make 60 FPS. But the one he just mentioned wasn't even on console.
Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts is a game that, you know,
TTK
you gotta remember the golden
fast.
era of Call of Duty. You had Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts. So you had 4 great Call
bangers.
of Duties, and then they gave you Ghosts. So that's why a lot of people gave it hate. But overall, looking back on the game, it had decent maps, good TTK, specials was amazing. I love Ghosts competitively. I think I think you can put Ghosts. I think you can put Ghost C tier. Actually, no, I'll put it B. I'll put it B. I thoroughly enjoyed the gunplay. It had the fastest time to kill. Infinity War up until then just couldn't miss. And I enjoyed it. I actually could play it a lot. You know, a lot of people hate that Call of Duty.
I think it's a B. I would say it's a B.
Now, Advanced Warfare, when it came out, I thoroughly remember it was the first jetpack Call of Duty. Completely changed the game.
This is one of my least played CODs. Back then, I didn't even know anything about buttons on paddles or anything like that. So playing it just normal. I didn't know about stick and move. None of that. I was a casual ultra noob, and I did not play much of this game. Played it, but I didn't play it a ton. This also introduced the supply drops, which is kind of like a bad look for COD. They eventually came around, got rid of that. They made the systems way better, but now we get the microtransaction system. So if you're broke, you can't really afford the content in Call of Duty, which is okay. They overcharge for everything. So you can't really earn much other than the initial camo, but this started that.
A lot of people didn't like it. I absolutely loved it. The movement was great. The vibes were crazy. Supply drops came in, made content absolutely crazy. And overall, I just had a great impact on the content side of things. Maybe like the old heads, the player base didn't really enjoy it, but Advanced Warfare was just so fast. It was fast
though, for sure.
I'm gonna put it in B tier as well. I think it definitely deserves a B. I think it's above COD Ghosts.
I'd probably say a B or a C.
Overall fun. Yeah, but I think it definitely belongs in a.
So we're still matching. At this point, we're still matching.
B tier. It wasn't A. I'm gonna be really strict here with the A and S. I'm gonna be really strict, man, because that has to. Only really good CODs should go up there. So next we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3 was, I think, where the movement was literally perfect. Wall running.
So I'm gonna say personally, before he puts it up there, I'm gonna say that BO3 was an S tier COD because of the content. It was supported for multiple years. They even dropped like a second year of Zombies DLC. That just makes it like insane. The TTK, the variety of weapons. I mean, I think it was definitely up there.
The slide was really good. I think it was just overall some of the best movement mechanics we had with the G slide. Supply drops were good. The DLC weapons, the maps were incredible. I give Black Ops 3 an A tier. I think
he goes
Black Ops 3 is an A tier.
I'm surprised by that.
A lot of people may not like it, but it lasted about 3 years, and overall, it could be S tier.
I don't know how you could not put it at S tier, saying that it lasted 3 years. That's crazy. Almost every COD is only its first life cycle. I know people still play the old CODs. We just did a video talking about that on the main channel. But literally, BO3 for the whole package, you gotta give it to that. Like, it's crazy. 3 years of COD.
Tier. Honestly, if it depends on who you're asking, it could definitely be S tier, but I'm gonna give it A. Man, Black Ops 3 was so fun.
I'm really surprised that he posted
DLC
that
weapons.
as an A.
Oh God, I'm actually struggling to not put it in S tier, but I'm gonna leave it here. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now this game,
personally, I liked Infinite Warfare. I think they did a lot of the stuff that BO3. It's just people were already over the jetpack CODs and stuff like that. So I would probably say it's more of a B, because if you actually played it for its life cycle, they did cool things. Since the player base was down bad, they actually tried to get more people involved. So I would say it's probably more of a B. It was supported the whole year. Sniping wasn't OD on there. I mean,
got a lot of hate.
We'll see.
This was the last era of the jetpack Call of Duties. A lot of people didn't really enjoy it. I did a lot because the nuke. Any game that has a nuke
was fire.
I automatically like it because it's something to go for and has that replayability. Its movement was really good, like I said, but it was really hated a lot. So I think Infinite Warfare, I'll put it at C tier. I'll put it above the original Call of Duty.
A little bit lower. So we're kind of on the same page so far.
Call of Duty
in general.
Modern Warfare Remastered. So they dropped this, and
the remaster was like the original with better graphics, and they added supply drops.
The combo pack with Infinite Warfare, and honestly, kind of midi. I don't know. Like it's hard to like put this anywhere. It was just mid. It wasn't that great. I didn't enjoy it that much. I think I would put it in. I'm gonna put it in a no vibe.
No vibe. I can see where he's coming from. I think this one, it's cool that they introduced shipment back in the day. In terms of like the streak system, it was super limited. Going from that into World at War was still super limited with only 3 streaks, and then kind of COD adapted and added a ton of streaks. So I could see where that is coming from. I think the TTK, like, it's super dated. Like, obviously it set the bar at that time, but it's super dated. If you go back and play, even the remastered version isn't like anything special.
To be honest, I think it's definitely a no. It just, COD 4 was great. You didn't need to remaster COD 4. If any game you should have remastered, it should have been like a Black Ops 1 or something, but nah. It's just, I think it's, for me, it's a no. I was playing Infinite Warfare during that era, so yeah, it's good. It's a no for me.
That makes sense.
Call of Duty World War II, automatic no.
You said automatic no? Hey, I will say that it's more of a C tier game. I think Requisitions really destroyed that game. I think Shipment, that was the last time Shipment played well. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you think Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare 2 have good shipments, it is legit. They're the worst versions of Shipment. I would say that one is probably a C. If you had a D, I'd probably put it there. But a no, that's kind of crazy.
This is by far, I hate the COD the most. I can't stand World War II. I don't know how some people enjoy it at all. It's a game where fire shotguns dominated for the first 7 months.
When they did the overhaul, yeah, that was gas. That was like one of the best things they could have done.
Devs that left Call of Duty when that game was out, it was just a horrible experience. I was genuinely depressed and played Fortnite for the first 8 months of that game. So
on top of that, though, it's like you went from IW to World War II. So you had all the movement, the finesse, the call, like so much cool future stuff. And then they went like, let's go back in time. It was just like, I could see where he's coming from with that theme.
That's definitely a no for me. I'm a huge advocate of always saying that
War game mode was fast too.
Trash. It 100% is garbage. You can't convince me otherwise. Next up, we have Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, as a multiplayer itself, had some of the best camos in the game. I think it's definitely up there. I think it's definitely a B tier Call of Duty.
So I would say that it's B tier. Man, we're agreeing. I don't know. I thought he was gonna have some faded takes, but maybe we'll see when we get to some of these other ones. But Black Ops 4 was, I think, well, like I said, this would be an S tier. I think even B, it could have been an A. Like, the spawns were good. The streak system was good. It didn't have a callable nuke. Maps were generally good. Weapon variety. The pick 10 was good. And it introduced Blackout, which was like Call of Duty's taste of Battle Royale. And Resurgence.
Definitely above Advanced
And
Warfare
it had an
Call of
okay
Duty
zombies.
Ghosts. Black Ops 4, I think, mastered the movement. That was the perfect one. You could slide and shoot at the same time.
The movement was gas.
It was just genuinely perfect, in my opinion. I thought it was definitely a B tier. The best camos to ever grace Call of Duty with Rainbow Diamond camo.
So how are we putting it at a B, Swag? What's going on? He's literally gassing up in every way. And he's like, yeah, it's a B. Like, what? He goes, best camos, best movement, best, like, come on, bro. What are we doing? You're hating on it. That's what we're doing here.
And it had great streaks, so I give it definitely a B tier, above Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts. Blackout. Wow. When this dropped, they made Blackout. I actually found out
Okay, so he's counting that separately.
they made
All
Blackout in like 5 months from an insider, which is
You think camos bring nothing to the game? Camos are the only thing available in Modern Warfare 2. The maps suck, the spawns suck, like the movement sucks. Like literally there's nothing but camos in that game. And they don't even have good camos in that game until like the past week or month of season.
crazy. Like the fact that they made this Call of Duty so soon with the grapple for its time period.
The grapple was
The only
crazy.
reason why it didn't blow up is because it wasn't free to play. But
And crossplay.
like I said, when you compare it to battle royales that we have now, it's kind of a mid-bowl. So I think I'm gonna put it next to I'm gonna put it next to Black Ops 4. It's right there in B tier. I think for the time period that it dropped, it was definitely revolutionary because
It was
we
good
had never had a battle
at that
royale.
time. I
But
didn't get into it.
knowing what we know now, definitely a B tier for sure. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Wow.
That's a no for
This
me.
Call of
It's
Duty
a hard
was
no.
one of my favorites because it introduced ground war, like in like multiplayer with like 32v32, which was so fun. It had a nuke. It had the best movement ever in Call of Duty with the slide canceling and stuff like that. Like I say Black Ops 4's was perfect, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare was the most fun, and I think it had the biggest skill gap. So I think I'm crazy, man. I'm gonna put Modern Warfare 2019 A tier. Yo.
Hey, I know a lot of people don't know that, but that's my least favorite COD of all time. Not even close.
Might cook me for this. I don't know. You guys might cook me. I'm putting Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 and A tier.
It doesn't even have good spawns, bro. The mini-map doesn't even work right.
The sounding was great.
What is he talking about?
It was just perfection, man. It was so good.
Perfecto. Chequeto. Dime si...
Ground War was fun though. I would say Ground War was fun because the spawn system didn't work. That was the only thing that was playable, like Ground War. That's why most of the people who streamed it, they either did S&D, which doesn't have spawns, or they play Ground War, and that's it. That was the two things that people played. Hardly anyone played regular pubs in that game. They just didn't.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I think I'm gonna give Cold War.
I think it's a
Cold War
B.
didn't really introduce anything innovative. It was like a whatever Call of Duty. Treyarch, you can't really mess with Treyarch. I think I'm gonna put it in a.
Yeah, movement was the only thing that was carrying in 2019.
I think I'll put it in between Blackout
I'll
and
put it
Call of
there.
Duty Advanced Warfare.
That's fine.
It wasn't better than Black Ops 4. It was just like a whatever game, you know? I feel like they just kind of just threw it together again. Kind of low effort to kind of just integrate.
And with that game, I wouldn't say it's low effort, but it was low like timeline because they had to take over for Sledgehammer. That was like at least the rumor that they took over. And so they didn't even get a full development cycle. And so it's kind of a half-assed COD in that way.
Integrate those weapons into Warzone. But I do rate that Cold War, Warzone was the best era for Warzone. So
yes,
I give a lot of
I
credit
agree
to
with that
Cold War
too.
as far as like their guns and stuff like that. But overall, the multiplayer, kind of a mid-bowl. Call of Duty Vanguard, I think is definitely a no. I think it's just
I don't think it's
game
good
that
either.
Sledgehammer made that just kind of missed the mark. It wasn't fun at all, in my opinion. I don't give it too much credit, and I'm not gonna really talk about that much. It was just a whatever Call of Duty. We were all playing Warzone. No one really
It had
cares.
Bloom,
It's a no for
bro.
me.
It had
Call of Duty Modern
Bloom.
Warfare 2, the recent one that just came out. I think
I think with the systems, this one's not good either. I would put this like either a no or a C for Respawn. Ground War is objectively worse in Modern Warfare 2. S&D still whatever, doesn't have spawns. The spawn system is not good, and the movement is objectively worse. So it's kind of just bad as the Modern Warfare 2019, in my opinion.
For me personally, Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer just isn't as fun as the games like Ghost and Advanced Warfare. It was whatever, man. I think they really used the title. They took away a lot of the movement. They made the game a lot slower than Modern Warfare 2019. It took a step backwards, which it should have took a step forward. That's just my opinion.
The maps are objectively better, though. I would say the maps in Modern Warfare 2 are better than Modern Warfare 2019, but it doesn't matter if you have good maps if the spawns still suck.
Call of Duty 2, I think I'm gonna have to rate this as C tier. I mean, it's just a whatever COD, you know, one of the first ones. Not gonna gas it because of nostalgia, so I'll give it a C tier. Call of Duty Mobile, I think we have to go.
Call of Duty Mobile is like
I think we have to go
100% A or S,
I think
because
COD
it literally
is S tier simp for the simp.
If this Call of Duty Mobile launched on consoles free to play, it would be the most popular like multiplayer COD of all time.
Fact that it has over 300 million downloads. It generated the most revenue for Call of Duty, and they do some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in any COD. In COD Mobile, they do everything that the community wants in COD Mobile that we want for consoles and for PC gaming for Call of Duty. So I think Call of Duty Mobile is definitely S tier. I know a lot of the mobile fans will probably thank me, but this is, I think it's true.
I agree.
I don't even know what Call of Duty this is. I think this is the Call of Duty China version.
That was the online. That was the first battle royale. I never played it. I seen gameplay. The only way you could play that is you had a VPN to China or something crazy.
I never played it, so I can't really have too much of an opinion on it. If you want to tell me a little bit about Call of Duty Online in the comments, I would love to read some info about it. But yeah,
it was a hybrid of all the CODs that kind of thrown in there.
Call of Duty Warzone S tier. 100%, man. It completely revolutionized what Call of Duty looks like today, what their motto is. It was during quarantine. The whole world was playing it. I think that was the time period where it was the most poppin' for YouTube content. It created a lot of great memories. I just don't see how you don't put Warzone in S tier. It changed.
So I'll add to this and say that what adds to Warzone is that why I enjoyed it particularly is that it felt like it was the first battle royale that was a Call of Duty game. Blackout, it felt more like a battle royale game than it did feel like a Call of Duty, even though it took the mechanics. I would say that what made it so popular on top of the COVID stuff is that it was a Call of Duty game. It felt like a Call of Duty game. The emphasis was about getting kills over wins, which is a total battle like a Call of Duty mindset. Like you go play Dom, people aren't jumping on the objective, right? Those are like usually the lower skilled players. The smarter players know how to do map control. They can get kills, get the streaks to win the match. And that's what this one was about. You go for kills, and you would be going and getting the win as well. So like it was kind of a COD feel instead of just post up, camp, and never like move, which is kind of like how the new Warzone feels. It's gotten closer, but I'm sure, you know, that's how it is.
Forever. It elevated the whole entire title to different levels that we've never seen it before. So I think it's definitely S tier, man.
Yeah,
There's
it was
no
arcade
about it. Kilo had the best guns. There's too many great memories to not put an S tier for me. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0, I think it's definitely a C tier.
I would say it started off as C. It's probably like closer to a B now. Still not good, but closer to a B.
I think it just completely missed the mark. I think Warzone 2.0 definitely missed the mark. It just wasn't that fun. And there's certain aspects where I think they're constantly improving every season. But when it first came out, the game as a whole, definitely a C tier in my opinion.
So he's just saying what I said. Start off as C. It's probably a B if he's saying it's improved for the past 5 seasons.
But it is what it is. Call of Duty 3, I think is going to be a C tier as well. I think all the 3 first Call of Duties are all about the same. Yes, they're nostalgic. Yes, they're the first ever titles. But did they add anything really? They're whatever. I enjoyed the campaign thoroughly for Call of Duty 3 though. COD 4, wow. A lot of people rate this one very high.
So that one, it should be worse than the remaster, right? He's going to say no.
Hi, a lot of the old heads watching this video are not going to be too happy with me. I played it a little bit, kind of midi. I don't know. I think I'm going to put this. Oh,
he actually puts it higher than the no?
COD 4 C tier. I think it's just, I mean, for what it was at the time, it was probably revolutionary. A lot of people loved it. But for me personally,
it's very dated.
I played it. I didn't play it when it first dropped. Kind of midi. I don't know. Not a lot of options. Like I said, for people who played it during its prime, you probably understand the significance of COD 4. But for me, put that joint C tier. World at War, I think is a COD you think...
World at War is the most basic of basic CODs. I wished I would have played more in its life cycle. At that time, I primarily played COD when I go over to my cousin's house. I didn't have good enough internet. Back then, you need the little device on your 360 and stuff or whatever to get internet. I didn't have a direct hardwired, and the internet that I had wasn't good enough. So the only time I ever played the old ones were like back. It did introduce zombies. They had DLC for zombies, and all the guns were super simple, basic, 3 kill streak system. I would say that it's probably slightly better than Modern Warfare. So I would either say it's a low B, high C, because it is super dated and doesn't have a lot of the features that the next CODs he's going to talk about introduce. And these are like the dopest of the dope and best of best CODs he's about to get into.
I played it a little bit before, and I can honestly see why. You know, it's a pretty good Call of Duty. The MP40 was actually so satisfying. Like, I was watching gameplay on it, and it was the most satisfying sound ever. I don't know. Modern Warfare 2.
This has got to be S tier, right?
I think you got to put this in S tier, man. I think, but where do you put it at? Do you put it above? We'll slide it over. We'll slide it over all the way on the left. I played it. I didn't play it in its prime, but the value that it held in the community, what it did as far as introducing,
I didn't play it a ton in the prime either. I did play it, but not in the prime.
I think
like
you
a
just
ton.
gotta put it as tier. I don't know.
It is
I think you have to.
So
I
good.
don't see how you couldn't. That was where.
But MW3, I think, still edges it out.
Call of Duty community. So I will definitely have to put that S tier. You won't hear no complaints from me. Call of Duty Black Ops.
I think this was really good. He'll probably put it as an A because it doesn't have a nuke streak. But overall, the maps, the love Treyarch shows their games, it was a good game. He's probably going to put it A. I would say it's closer to an A because I still put MW3 and Black Ops 2 as S tier. So we'll see what he does.
I think I'll give it A tier. I think Black Ops
kind of aligned pretty much.
Any Call of Duty that doesn't have a nuke, I don't really thoroughly enjoy too well.
I called it, Chad. I told you.
They introduced had like the gold camo, which was nice. Wager matches and stuff like that. But
campaign was good though.
Really truly changed the game until this Call of Duty came out right here. Modern Warfare 3. I'm sorry, I'm pushing this straight up past. I'm putting Modern Warfare 3 past Modern Warfare 2. I'm sorry.
I didn't pre-watch,
it's just
chat.
An overall superior game. The gunplay's way better. Maps are incredible. Face Off was amazing. I think the campaign was better. Overall, everything was better. Modern Warfare 3 was just an upgraded version of Modern Warfare 2. And that's how it should be. You should have a base of a game like Modern Warfare 2, incredible, but then you just pretty much upgrade it, what they did in Modern Warfare 3.
This is something I 100% agree with, and I think one of the problems when they went from 2019 is they didn't realize what was the best parts of their game, right? With Warzone, when they swapped over to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, it's like they didn't realize what made their game so good. They didn't know that copy and paste the movement, fix the spawns, maybe rework some of the streak systems and the way the perks work, and essentially make the exact same game when they made Modern Warfare 2, right? That's what should have happened. And with Warzone, we should have essentially got the same game in terms of movement and systems. Like, why does a loadout cost 20K for a quad when it costs 10K back in Black Ops or back in Warzone 1? It's like they didn't realize what made their game good. Like, bro, you could have just asked us. We already know what's making it good.
I completely knocked out the park. Black Ops 2. This is what started it all, man. This is what people were mad at me. I tweeted that it was mid. Looking on Black Ops 2, it had league play. Sniping was incredible. Kill streaks were amazing.
Yep. It just didn't have a nuke. He's going to put it as an A.
I don't know. I think if I have Black Ops 3 in A tier, you have to put Black Ops 2 in A.
All right, that's fair. I will say it is an S tier. I would say that those 2 years of COD were my favorite years of COD ever. And there's some people that say, hey, that's just nostalgia, whatever. I was 23 when MW3 came out, and I was 24 when Black Ops 2 came out. I was an adult. I paid for my own stuff. I had internet. I had all that. So I was able to play those games, even though I had a full life like school, work. Like, I was an adult. I played them. So it wasn't like, oh, I had no responsibility. No, I played those. Those were the top CODs, 100%.
S tier. I think it was just too good of a COD to like not have S tier.
Yep.
It definitely changed the game. And I remember when it came out, it was just everyone just fell in love with it.
I actually agree with his list almost completely. I think he was maybe a little bit harsh on World War II. Vanguard, cool. It deserves to be down there like with Modern Warfare because even though the movement is really good and it's what worked so well in Warzone, I think a lot of the other systems just don't work. But overall, I think our list pretty close. Takes were pretty good. I really thought he was going to throw it all sideways, but he didn't. And like, he actually went all in. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.